Hello and welcome to our second market update of 2016. Now this has actually been one of the most interesting markets that I've had the pleasure of working in, and we're only 2 months into the year. Now there are three factors that I want to talk today, which are the things which I think are creating opportunities for both buyers, sellers, tenants and landlords in today's marketplace. Now the very first one is a continuing environment of low interest rates. Now most people are expecting the Bank of England to have started raising interest rates now, but we've got falling commodity prices, we've got turmoil in the equities markets, and in addition to that we've got a slowdown in China, and all of this is leading to an environment where interest rates are expected to stay lower and for longer. And what this means to you is that we've got incredibly cheap fixed rate products through Preston Baker Financial Services, some of them less than 2%. So whether you're moving or whether or not you're just thinking about fixing your mortgage, now is an absolutely great time to do it from a financing point of view. So the second key point is all about a shortage of supply. And in some ways I'm sick of saying this because we've been saying this now for so long. But the RICS recently released a survey which told us that available property levels are now at their lowest level for 17 years. Okay? Now there's a number of factors driving that, not least of which the lack of new build property which has been built since the recession. Now thankfully that is starting to improve, but they reckon that 200,000 new households are being created every year, and certainly new build completions are not at that level. Now the busiest department in Preston Baker in January was our land and new homes business, with lots of developers seeking to capitalise on this and the fact that sites are selling out really well. So that's welcome news. And the property which I'm stood in today is a resale property on the drive in Oakwood, and this property had a supernormal level of interest which resulted in offers going in excess of the asking price. And this really is the opportunity which exists to you if you're thinking about selling at the moment. We expect the number of available properties to increase, which will be normal as we go into the spring. But right now, there's this big shortage. So if you put your property on the market with an agent who's got a strategy, such as our property launch strategy, which condenses interest into a short space of time, creates competition and therefore gets you the very best possible price, there are incredible opportunities. So, there's lots of ways to sell a property, but there's really only a very few ways to make sure that you get the best possible price, and that really is the opportunity of this market. So my advice to you is make sure you've got a really clear strategy if you're thinking about selling, about how you're going to capitalise on the very best possible price. So my third key point is about the big stamp duty changes which are coming into force from the 1st of April 2016. Now these are not really welcome changes, as what we're seeing is the government is introducing a 3% surcharge for people who own a second property. Now, the way that we understand these rules at the moment is that even if I'm a buy-to-let landlord and it's not a buy-to-let property that I'm purchasing, maybe it's another residential purchase, I will still have to pay the 3% surcharge, which clearly is going to add to the transactional costs that landlords and people buying a second property are going to incur. We understand there are going to be some exemptions. We're not entirely clear on what those are going to be, but if you do make sure that you keep looking out for these market updates, we're going to have more news about how we think the EU referendum is going to be affecting market sentiment, but certainly at the moment it's all about incredibly strong demand fueled by low interest rates and a limited choice for buyers. So great time to sell at the moment, and a great time to release an investment before the 1st of April stamp duty changes.